Alright boys, it's time to discuss a topic about a question I've been getting a lot recently due to my semen retention video really getting pushed by the algo on the main channel. If you haven't watched that yet, I don't know how you found this channel, but what's up Lola? You better go watch that. It's fire. It is fire. But the question I've been getting a lot recently is when you're on semen retention and you get all these urges, how do you just deal with them? How do you use them for something better than just wasting your seed on a couple of seconds of pleasure? Well, there is one main thing I gotta say. Don't waste your imagination on motherfucking masturbation. So, as you all know, hopefully you know, your life force energy, your seed is creative energy. Your sexual energy is creative energy. It has the power to create a new human being. That's the only reason you're here. That's the only reason you're here. That's the only reason I'm here. That's the only reason a lot of this shit is here. So, these urges, due to you living in a overly sexualized society, just a hyper-sexualized society where everywhere you look, it seems like as a young man, things are just gonna be have lustful connotations to them. And this is easy to just fall into the trap, to just release, to just stay in that cycle of just constantly draining yourself, draining your life force energy, and not using it for anything better. Because Lola's trying to get in the videos today. Because what I was saying is, if you don't give this energy an outlet, a creative outlet, it's gonna find a way to express itself whether you want to or not. And usually, due to how you've just been programmed throughout your life about just the way you go about it, you're most likely gonna release. That's the easiest way, that's the most pleasurable way, that's the way with the least amount of resistance that you're used to. So this is huge, bro. This is really the only reason I've been able to make it approaching 3 years of semen retention straight. No relapses, you know? So the whole reason is when you have something to just funnel this energy towards, something imaginative, something creative, this goes hand in hand with the practice. If you're just sitting there trying to practice semen retention, let's say to attract females, your mind is going to be on operating on a mode of lust. You're just trying to practice semen retention to get women to just release again. It's not going to work. If you're just trying to practice semen retention just to strictly quit your PMO addiction, porn, masturbation, orgasm, all that stuff, it might work for a little bit, but it's not going to help you go on these long streaks. It is something creative that you can funnel this energy towards, a big purpose, a big goal that is beyond just like, you rather have that than just a couple of seconds of pleasure. It's got to be something big enough for you to sacrifice these couple of seconds of pleasure, sacrifice the old ways of your life, sacrifice all that stuff when it comes to genuinely practicing semen retention for a good amount of time, for a long period, and truly diving deep into it. Not the surface level stuff. That's that no-fap shit. That's alright for people starting out, but you up on here on Fulati Fitness, actually on What the Fulati, because you're trying to elevate mentally, physically, and spiritually. We got the surface level stuff. The other self-improvement content creators can discuss that for you, but we're trying to get deeper into it. We're trying to elevate. We got the base level. We're trying to keep going. This is where semen retention comes into play, because this is the fucking fuel you need to keep pushing at these goals, to create something out of this energy. And if you don't have that in place, that purpose, that drive, that passion that you're just gonna literally force all this energy towards, it's most likely the case that you are going to relapse. Why? Because eventually, at a certain point, you're gonna get in a situation where you have an opportunity to relapse. And what is risk to reward? You risk your streak, reward for a couple seconds of pleasure. Some people might take that. But if you're risking that drive, that energy, that passion that you're pushing towards your creative endeavors over a couple seconds of pleasure, you're gonna take this every time. You're not gonna fuck up your shit. You're not gonna try to hinder your progress. You gotta have something that is really what you, like, you're just hungry for. Because a lot of people in this day and age are hungry for sex. It's a lustful society, and it's a way to keep men docile. It's a way to keep men just derping, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell people who are just whacking her all the time. They just don't got the energy. They don't got the drive. They don't got the assertiveness. They don't just got the life in them. And they're okay with it. They're okay with draining their life for a couple of seconds of pleasure, go back to playing Xbox, go back to the job they hate, this and that, bro. Like, it sucks, but that's the day. That's the day and time we live in. But the people that truly have something that they really want to do, they've always wanted to do, that they've just been craving, and I don't know why they just haven't done it, or maybe it's something that's kind of formulating in their mind. This practice is gonna just accelerate that and enhance that to no other. I promise you. This whole channel I've been building, this whole brand I've been building, it comes off the back of retention. I swear to this. If I did not have this, I would not have the drive to just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Because when you're just stuck in the state of masturbation, and I'm not just saying whacking it, bro. Masturbation can be considered these casual hookups. Why? Because you're doing the same goddamn thing just with another person, just using their body. Nothing deep, there's no connection to it. If you're just stuck in that cycle, bro, you don't have the mental capacity, the mental power, the mental juice to actually create. And when you're like that, you just accept life for what it is. You don't create the reality that you want. And that's what we're brought here for. I mean, you might have heard the saying that God created man in his own image. God is the creator. Man has the ability to create as well. A lot of animals, like my dog right here, is just, their whole life is based off instinct. They don't got the intellect. They don't got the infinite intelligence as well to pull things out of the ether, of the universe, and create and manifest a reality out of nothing. They don't. But you do. I do. And a huge, huge, huge factor of that is the way you live, is your life force energy, and that ties back into retention. And if you just want to keep living your life, wasting your imagination on motherfucking masturbation, by all means, get to it. Click off this video, block this channel, never come back, because this ain't for you. But for the people that truly want to create something, create the life they have always wanted. I'm not saying you gotta have all the cars, you know? I'm not saying you gotta all have all the hoes. You don't gotta have all the biggest houses, all that stuff. You don't, like, the type of reality that you want to live in. This practice will bring you the control, the self-mastery, the just mental alchemy, whatever you want to call it, to do these things. You need these things. You need the willpower. You need the discipline. You need the creative capabilities that you've been blessed with, but that you've poisoned and deteriorated with just a shit lifestyle over time. And it's not your fault, because society has placed it in that way for a reason. But now that you know it, now that you understand it, and that you're kind of picking up what I'm putting down, you got the chance to flip the script. Seriously, like, I swear, if someone told me this before, like, when I watched retention content, when I was first getting into it, it was just all the basic stuff, the surface level stuff, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to give you guys a more expansive type of outlook on it, as someone who's been on it for almost 3 years straight. Like, not many people out there can say that they've done that. I'm not saying I'm special. If I can do it, you can do it. It is what it is. Whatever you set your mind to, you will get accomplished. Because you train the mind, the body will follow. But the soul is a connector of all that. That's another video or another topic. But real talk, man. that's what I wanted to say for the people that are talking about the urges, the this, the that. Like, bro, you got to embrace them. You got to enjoy them. You got to push that energy into something bigger and better. Just because you're angry doesn't mean you got to punch a motherfucking hole into the wall. So just because you're sexually charged doesn't mean you got to fucking whack off or go find some thought to pipe down. You have the control. It's you. Stop basing your whole life on instinct, because as man, like I said, my dog is based off instinct. Animals are based off instinct. It is natural instinct. It is nature's instinct. So they're not looking for pleasure all the time. They're doing their job. But man, they're in the middle. They're kind of on instinct and kind of on intelligence, but they're kind of manipulating both to use their intelligence to satisfy their instinctual, pleasurable cravings. But if you flip the script, use your instinct and your intellect to push you towards something bigger, better, just a higher purpose. This is where this practice really, really gets going. You really start understanding, like, damn, no, this is some shit. This ain't just some random dudes on YouTube. No, bro, this has been in history for long amounts of time. There's been so many men out there, legendary stuff that they've built off this practice. You can do it too. I'm trying to document my process doing it, and yeah, man, this is really something you got to take into account if you really, truly want to take this practice to the next level. The urges will come and go, but you got to just embrace them. You got to redirect the energy to something bigger, like I said. Something better, like I said. Something with a higher purpose, not just pleasures, purpose. So with all that said, man, it's been your boy here, Wonderfulati, out here in the field. It looks like I'm in a damn cave, in the flesh, dropping y'all that damn game. Oh man, that's a bar. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.